Hey and hello my scrappy friends. A big welcome to my channel once again today. Video day in May, day 15. And I'm just showing you what I am creating with today. I am playing along with another of Yana's sketches. It is Saturday, I'm getting in. It's still Saturday here. And since we're 8 hours ahead of the rest of the world, it's still Saturday everywhere else just about. So yay. What I have pulled out here is, so my background paper is an Ellie Studio pattern paper, and then the two pattern papers that I'm working with here are Bella Boulevard papers from some collection packs. One is the Lucky Stars and the other is the Daily Chevys. I'm not sure what inclined me to pick pink and teal, but that is, no, actually I am sure. I pulled out the I can't remember what brand that is. The ephemera pack that I showed you, the odds and ends, the cat one. Is it? It's not Jelly Bean Soup. It's something else. Whichever that is, that's where I got my colours came from. And so you can see I am just adhering these triangles at the top, and I've applied one row of tape along the top edge and then sewn on the V, and you can see I am just turning up those edges and distressing them a little bit. Yes, this is a photograph of my cat asleep on a box of Lego, as you do, right? How weird is that? Anyway, so that's what's happening in this photo. It was too funny to not take a photo. It is a couple of years old, but I'm scrapbooking it. I've scribbled the date onto the back of my layout so I don't lose it, because I lose the date whenever I write it anyway. So I went to get some tissue paper out of my box and I found this scrap of vellum and went, you know what, I'll just use vellum today. Something different. I've also added a border of stitching around the photograph. I'm using grey thread for that, and I've just popped that photo up on some foam. I knew I wanted some layers behind my photo, so I am using some of the offcuts here. I'm going to use the pink and the grey and black, and I just cover up those months. You can't even tell in the end. So I'm distressing the edges here. I actually thought that I was going to go mixed media free, but if you have seen the close-ups, you will have already seen that I do some mixed media, though not a ton. Okay, so I'm just finding which way I want this to go, and I didn't like the angle that I had where it went behind the photo, so I've just squared that off, and I'm happy with that. I decided to put the pink on the bottom right so that it was furthest away from the pink in the background, and then I decided I wanted some black behind. I just really like the separation it gives. Lots of the scraps that I have been using that have been left over while I've been doing my video a day, I've kind of just dumped in a pile, and so I figured I may as well start using some of the stuff in that pile. So that is where that black came from. So here, my mixed media, I grabbed my black India ink and I'm doing some really big black splatters. I decided to do these because black splatters is something that Yana is not afraid of. She does such a fantastic job. Again, if you haven't checked Yana out, I highly recommend it. I will leave a link in the description at the top, I think, and in the description box below. What I've got here is some of the bits and pieces from the ephemera pack that I have pulled out. Doodlebug! That's who this collection is by, Doodlebug. I've pulled out some of the bits and pieces here and popped them into my little tray, and I just figured with the cluster like in the sketch, I would kind of just add some bits and pieces. The funniest thing is, as far as I'm aware, my cat has never had milk in his life, and he will be 13 this year, but I was like, I'm just going to include that little milk bottle because it's cute. I have coming up in a couple of days my unboxing of my Spiegel Mum Scraps design team package, because it arrived. I'm so excited. And in that is the foam tape that I'm using. and it's super sticky. I learnt that while I was creating this page. So I've layered a cat, the milk bottle, a mouse, and a little like cat bed. I tried desperately to leave this alone to dry. Then I took out my heat gun. It was taking forever. And so I decided to work on this while it was wet. Yes, my black ink splatters are still wet. I am happy to report, however, that there was only one tiny little smudge, which I ended up covering up. And I'm rather impressed with my efforts on that. So I'd already worked out what my title was. I wanted to use this Purrr-fect because, you know, why not? When else am I going to use it? So I'm just working out the placement, kind of sticking to the sketch for this as well. And my whole title reads Perfect Place to Catnap. Because, yeah, I'm sure sleeping in a wooden box with Lego in it is very comfortable. So I've just used, obviously the Purrr-fect is from the ephemera pack. The grey foam alphas, I used a different day. They're American Crafts, we are memory keepers. The white tiles are Ellie's Studio, and then the pink glitter are an older American Crafts thicker set. I wanted to use these little tag banner thingies, and I struggled with that first one, so I chopped all that footage out. And what you can see here is I've found a much easier way of doing this, and it was actually leaving the thread on the spool and then threading it through. And you can see I've just trimmed the end off there. I'm going to pop this one up and line up the holes. I realized after I'd done this that perhaps I wanted to actually like join them together, but it was too late, and I'm happy with how it looks. I've got up to the top right, just off screen there. There's going to be, here it comes, the black smoosh. I'm going to use my stapler, and there's the black splatter. I'm like, you can see it there. That was my little guy there. He came, he just appeared, and I'm like, what can I do for you, mate? He's like, I just came for a cuddle. So he had a cuddle, then we had a quick chat about the photo, about my layout, and then he came back and stood there and started to have a chat. I went, mate, do you know I'm recording? And he looked up at the camera and was like, oh my goodness, and ran away. It was so hilariously funny. I didn't tell him that, you know, I'd turn the sound off and do a voiceover, but yes, that's my little guy. And he came to say hi and get a cuddle, which I thought was very cute. I've added my journaling down the bottom right there, and I've just added the date to the top and the little tab sticker thingy to the right of the photo. I'm just grabbing my layout. I'm making some little clusters using those adorable little paw prints. My journaling reads, "Oh Zeus, we were so surprised to not only see you curled up on top of Lego, but to see that you napped on Lego. Really, better you than me, kitten. I've done the are you even a parent until you've until you stand on Lego dance plenty of times. Laugh out loud." So, he's a funny little cat. Always has been. So you can see I've added 2 of those clusters. I've done 2 paw prints because I can't just do one, didn't feel right. So I've done 2 pink up on top of the aqua, 2 aqua down to the bottom, and then I'm going to do 2 grey over to the left hand side of the photo, because I've kind of got my 3 clusters happening there. And that is how I'm going to cover up my black splatter, and no one will ever know. Just gluing all this down. I've added 2 stickers down to the bottom, one pink one that says lovable and another one that says today. Really happy with how this is looking. I'm going to go through and lift up all the edges, give it some dimension and texture and messy because it's my page. And then from there, I'm going to pull out some enamel dots that I had left sitting on my desk from other layouts I've created. And then I pulled in some other ones, and I've added a ton of enamel dots in pink, grey and aqua. I don't think there's any black, but you can see I'm just matching colours there. I think I put a couple on. No, you just see me finish it off. So I finished a couple of sheets. You can see on the bottom left hand side there. I'm very excited that I finished a couple of sheets off. I'm counting them out because I want the numbers to be right. So you can see I'm just fussing with those a little bit just to get them how I'm happy with them. And I'm sure that no one would ever actually pay that much attention. So just sticking those down, and that is my layout done. So yes, that is for Saturday the 15th. Sketch Saturday with Yana, and I will have another layout going up live in like less than 12 hours now, but that's okay because I haven't missed the 15th and I'm on track for the 16th. I've recorded the 17th. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed. Please leave me any comments or questions. I do love hearing from you. Thanks for stopping by and have a fantastic scrappy day.